DR Congo is constructing an $80 billion Grand Inga Dam, which will provide 40% of energy supply in Africa. One of the major projects talked about on various African economy and political platforms is the Grand Inga Dam project, seen as having the potential to supply green electricity to most of Africa. The project, which received a fresh boost after Australian mining company Fortescue Metals Group confirmed its alliance with the Democratic Republic of the Congo, is now put on the spotlight. If accurate investments are made on this project, the end result would be the world's largest hydroelectric project sited in Africa. This project is worth over $80 billion and, if properly engineered, would have the potential to supply up to 40% of all energy across Africa. It is such a huge project, and it's soothing to know that such mega infrastructural genius would be implemented in Africa. Hello explorers, here's yet again an informative video where we're presenting the $80 billion Grand Inga Dam project in Congo, which would supply over 40% of Africa's energy. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet done so, and click the notification icon in order not to miss out on any of our subsequent videos. The Inga dams are two hydroelectric dams connected to one of the largest waterfalls in the world, Inga Falls. They are located in the Western Democratic Republic of the Congo and 140 miles southwest of Kinshasa. Let's take a look at the overview of the project. The Grand Inga Dam project is a proposed series of 7 hydroelectric power stations near the Inga Falls in the DRC. The project is a colossal $80 billion enhancement of the existing 351 MW Inga 1 and 1,424 MW Inga 2 plants, which were completed in 1972 and 1982 by the Mobutu government of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, which was then called Zaire. The project would involve building a dam across the south of the Bundi River Valley where it meets the Congo, then diverting the Congo from above the waterfalls into the north of the valley to create a huge reservoir. It is anticipated that the vertical drop, the volume and velocity of water flow at this site can support a series of hydroelectric power stations, each with a generation capacity ranging from 4 to 8 gigawatts for a total of 40 gigawatts for the whole complex. In October 2018, the government of the DRC announced the signing of contracts with a Sino-Spanish consortium to launch design studies for the construction of the Inga 3 dam with 11,000 megawatts and a total investment cost of $14 billion. The main companies of the consortium were China, Three Gorges Corporation, Sino-Hydro and ACS Group. The Inga 3 power station, with capacity of 4.8 gigawatts, would be the first power station in the series to be constructed. The current design allows for the independent development of the different power stations in the series, as well as the phased development of each station. Each of the 7 dams could be owned by different investors. Grand Inga could produce up to 40,000 megawatts of electricity, over twice the power generation capacity of the Three Gorges in China, and more than a third of the total electricity produced in Africa. Project situation. The Grand Inga Dam project would be located across the Congo River, approximately 150 kilometers upstream of where the river empties into the Atlantic Ocean. This is approximately 225 kilometers southwest of Kinshasa, the capital and largest city of the DR Congo. Due to the abundance of water supplied by the river, the site was meticulously chosen by engineers at the Inga Falls. This also is the location of the 351 megawatt Inga 1 hydropower station and the 1,424 megawatt Inga 2 hydropower station, approximately 40 kilometers upstream of Matadi, the country's largest port. Financial aspects and investments of the project. The dam to be constructed is a top priority for the International Finance Corps, the private sector arm of the World Bank Group. The agency had been in talks with the US energy companies about investing in the project. The project has been estimated to cost $80 billion, including costs of transmission lines needed to carry its power across Africa and potentially to Europe. Many consider these amounts to be an underestimate. The World Bank, the European Investment Bank, and the African Development Bank have all provided funding for feasibility and environmental impact studies. In 2016, the World Bank counted its support for the Grand Inga project. It is expected that the power station will be developed as a public-private partnership project. Investors to the project. The building of the Grand Inga Dam would be carried out via 6 phases and would be spearheaded by a single consortium between Chinese and Spanish developers upon agreement. However, early in 2022, One of the main investors, the Spanish building firm ACS, suddenly decided to withdraw from the accord, and therefore the new accord signed has been made between Chinese developers together into a consortium that comprises 6 companies, including China 3 Gorges Corp and the unit of State Grid Corp and AEE Power Holdings SAL of Spain. The Inga 3 dam would generate 11,050 megawatts, meant primarily for South Africa, other African markets, and Congo's copper and cobalt mines. In general, the Grand Inga Dam would supply enough energy to most other African countries. Recent development of the project and deadlines. In June 2020, the government of the Democratic Republic of the Congo resolved to present this project to the regional heads of states and explore the markets on the continent of the power generated. They have recruited the African Union and the new Partnership for Africa's Development in their efforts to get the power station built. South Africa has indicated willingness to buy 2.5 gigawatts of the dam's output. Nigeria is interested in buying 3 gigawatts, and the Congolese mines in Katanga province are interested in 1.3 gigawatts. This project has been evaluated to be completed and operational in 2063. Setbacks to the Grand Inga Dam project. The locals don't seem to greet this project with a fair face. The national critics have highlighted that the Grand Inga price tag of $80 billion is too heavy for a poor, corrupt, volatile and not so stable country as the DRC. The Inga 1 and Inga 2 dams were already responsible for a huge part of the country's debt burden, and Inga 3 will inevitably add to this debt burden and demise. The Grand Inga Dam has caused and is expected to further cause a number of harmful impacts. The construction of Inga 1 and Inga 2 led to the physical displacement of many people, who have still not been adequately compensated for damages. The proposed design for Inga 3 would result in even more people being displaced, including those already affected by Inga 1 and Inga 2. According to the feasibility studies carried out on site, the project also threatens an increase in greenhouse gas emissions, a loss of biodiversity, and deforestation. According to critics in the country and diaspora, the African Development Bank and any other financial institution should not agree to finance this project until the existing dams are fully operational and a plan is put in place to maintain the dams and transmission systems. Until a full analysis of how the dams will affect the Congo plume has been completed and reviewed by climate experts, a binding legal agreement detailing compensation between the government of the DRC and communities displaced by Inga 1 and Inga 2 is being reached. However, this project is undoubtedly the most expensive ever carried out in the country, and if finally completed, it would be an economy miracle for the country as expected by the government. This brings us to the end of this video. Do you think that this huge project will succeed? What are your thoughts concerning the critics? Thanks for watching and liking the video. Please share your thoughts with us in the comment section and also share this content with your friends.